Welcome to Not Just Buildings, where we tell the stories of businesses, organizations, and institutions in the area of Bedford, Virginia, which we do by talking to the real local people working behind the scenes. This podcast is hosted by the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce, a membership organization whose mission is to serve as a catalyst for local business success, a convener of regional leadership, and a champion for a vibrant and resilient economy. Before we get to the interview, I want to share some of the things we have going on at the Chamber. We offer a little bit of everything for everyone, from professional development and regional job fairs to grand opening celebrations, school partnerships, and fun networking events. So, I encourage you to stick around to learn about what's next. However, if you want to jump ahead to today's interview, no worries. You can find all of our programming on bedfordareachamber.com, and I'll drop our phone number at the very end of this episode, so make sure to listen all the way through. The Chamber has our fall job fair coming up this Friday, August 28th from 10:30 to 2 at Blue Ridge Community Church in New London. We're going to have about 30 exhibitors there that day. It's totally free for job seekers. You don't need to RSVP or anything like that. But we're really excited. This is our 13th annual job fair, so we're looking forward to greeting the businesses and helping people make those connections face-to-face this Friday. We also have our candidate forum next Thursday, September 3rd from 5:30 to 7 at Liberty Middle School. This year we have 4 town council candidates who will be participating in a moderated Q&A to discuss their visions for the future of Bedford leading up to Election Day. This event is free and open to the public. You don't have to RSVP. You can just show up that day. And of course, you can find all of our events on our Facebook page or on bedfordareachamber.com. So we will go ahead and get into it, and we'll introduce today's guest. I have Joel with Eagle Eyrie. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well.
How was the drive to Bedford?
It was very nice. I didn't realize how far away Bedford was from Lynchburg. And then I got stuck behind a tractor trailer.
Of
but
course.
it was a beautiful, beautiful drive. It's
Good.
a beautiful area.
It really is. And the studio here at Media Squatch is just so cool.
Yes, I love the Sasquatches. So I am looking around the studio. And if you've never been in here to do a podcast with the Bedford Chamber of Commerce, you need to, just for where they do the podcast. It is awesome.
Did you see the giant Sasquatch head when you came in?
No, because I was rushing because I was late. Because, hey, you got to know the right place you're going.
That's
when
right.
you come to these things. But I will enjoy looking around as soon as we're done.
Yes, absolutely. Sure. Well, we always kick off the show just by talking a little bit about our guest and their background. So just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I will tell you about myself. My name's Joel Miller, and I just moved to the area 2.5 months ago, June 1st. I will be the new executive director at a camp and conference center called Eagle Eyrie. But before we get into all that, we have married for 26 years to my wonderful wife. We met over in Moscow, Russia. That can be a whole other podcast. But she's an American, but we were serving over there as missionaries. We came back. And since then, we've had 2 wonderful boys. Both have graduated high school. One is graduating from boot camp for the Marines next week. So we'll be headed to Paris Island.
Very nice.
Hoorah for any Marines out there listening. We're excited to be a military family now. Our other son has just started at like a school of discipleship. So it's kind of like a gap year program. But they'll also get school credit, and that's out of South Carolina. But he just started there, so it will be his second year of college. So we're newly empty nesters, and we're moving from Tennessee to Virginia. So our life right now is all about change, which is always scary for people, but it can also be a very exciting time. So. And currently we're in the process of moving. So I came very quickly to get here for the summer because the summer is very busy at Eagle Eyrie. But we still have to sell our house. we still had to send one son off to school. So everything kind of happened very fast. So my wife is still in Tennessee. I came to Virginia. So we're back and forth many times on the weekends to try to see each other and figure out what's going on. But that's a little bit about me. I mean, other questions, I'm happy to answer them about all that. But that's me in a nutshell.
Lots going on.
A lot going on.
So were you already familiar with Eagle Eyrie? How did you end up in this new position?
Great question. That I had never heard of Eagle Eyrie. I was a youth pastor in Johnson City, Tennessee, which is right near Bristol, Tennessee / Bristol, Virginia. So it's about 4 hours from here. I served as a youth pastor there for 13 years. It was wonderful, wonderful ministry, a wonderful church. Really thought I would retire there. Wasn't looking to move. Wasn't looking to change jobs, but probably about 7 or 8 years ago, our youth group and our children's ministry kind of got involved with a camp in South Carolina, and we would go there for multiple different things. They would have college retreats, children's camps, youth camps. We did some marriage retreats. So it's kind of a network of camping ministries. So I got very involved with them. Knew all the staff. We had been to all the different sites. I love camp ministry and that type of outdoor setting, and just how that can be a wonderful time of renewal for your mind, body, and spirit. So, and that's actually what I went to school for. But then felt like God directed me in a different way to ministry, and now, so through a weird series of events, very quickly. The camps that we would go to in South Carolina reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're trying to help a camp in Virginia find a director. Would you be interested?" And I said yes. And it all happened very quickly. It's like a blur. It was shocking to me, my family, the church we were at, but sometimes that's just the way life goes. So I moved quickly, and then now we're in the process of settling in and things like that. So we went and interviewed and things like that, but I had never been there before. But it's an amazing place. I'm excited. Survived my first summer with all the busyness of the different camps and groups and coming through, and I think I'm going to love it there.
Well, that's awesome. I think there are a lot of people in the area who are familiar with the name Eagle Eyrie, but they may not really know exactly what you do or where you're even located. What's your 30-second spiel of Eagle Eyrie?
30-second spiel. Come experience Eagle Eyrie. That would be my 30-second spiel. We're located just like 20 minutes, I guess, north of Lynchburg. So it's not that far, but once you're there, you feel very remote. And it's just a great thing. We have a nice pool that people use through the schools. We've had, there's camp groups that come and meet it. We do a few of our own camps and programs. But it's just a great place. If there's pastors in the area, we offer housing for sabbaticals. So it's a unique type place where you can hold a conference. If there's businesses that want to do like a Christmas party, we have those available, and we can host a banquet and serve some great food, and just a great place that feels different. It's a relaxed atmosphere, but it can be very special that way. That's way longer than a 30-second spiel, but there are multiple ways that it could be used by different people in the community. So
yeah. So you've had your first summer under your belt now. What would you say surprised you the most about the organization, the property, in your first couple months?
That's a great question. What surprised me the most? Probably everything. So it's all very new. I think it's amazing what the staff is able to do. There's a great group of people that have been there for a long time, and they do a fantastic job. Super friendly, hardworking, and I think over the past couple of years, they've had some turnover at the top in my position, which kind of is why there was the network to find somebody. But they have done an outstanding job. So, not that that's surprising, but I guess it was exciting to see.
Yeah.
And it's just neat to meet so many different people from so many different walks of life that have known there. And I think one thing I would say that is very surprising is there is a legacy of families who have worked there. So one of the ladies that works in the kitchen, her mother just passed away, and it was neat to see different staff come and be there because her mom also worked in the kitchen and ran the kitchen for years and years and years. And then in talking to her, the lady who's currently there now, Miss Barbara, she's fantastic. If you come, you got to meet her. But her grandmother also worked there in the kitchen. So, and there's a few people on staff that there's that legacy of family that has worked there. So to me, that's surprising because you don't find that a whole lot.
Yeah.
And it's really neat because it makes it special because it's more than a job for a lot of people. It's been their lives for a long time. So there's people that have worked there since they were 14 and now they're in their 60s and 70s. So it's a really neat atmosphere. And that's always exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. So can you tell us a little bit about the history of Eagle Eyrie?
Maybe a little bit.
We're remembering that you're new now.
I'm very new, so I don't want to say things that are wrong. But from what I understand, I guess the history is long. I mean, there's the natural bridge, which, they say like George Washington has his name carved into there or something. I did try to go by that. But so Eagle Eyrie is located on Lock Mountain. And I think way back when, there's probably dates that I should know. And maybe if we do this again next year, I'll know those dates.
Yeah, you'll get there.
But some British guy bought it, and it was because he wanted to be a mountaintop. And Eyrie can be said Eyrie, Erie. There's lots of different ways to pronounce it. I think we pronounce it Eagle Eyrie, but which just means the nest of a bird of prey. So I guess eagle is a bird of prey. So it's the eagle's nest. But it was up high, and I think it was at a time when there was a lot of war and stuff going on. So he kind of bought that place and had it. I think there used to be a tavern there, and it was called Eagle Eyrie Tavern. So I think in the long sense, that's the history. Then I think the Baptist General Association of Virginia purchased it probably in the 50s. And the camp and conference center that is there now was kind of built and planned and has been going since then. So there is a lot of history there that I'm still learning. And in the midst of coming in, I think my first day was the first day that the week-long camps started. So there's a book called The Romance of Eagle Eyrie, and I think that's how it started. But sorry, I haven't read it yet. But it's a little booklet. So come by and we read it together.
We'll give you a pass since you just
I appreciate
had
that.
a busy summer.
I appreciate passes.
So we've talked a little bit about the property itself. It's close to Lynchburg, but you get up there and it feels like you're totally away from everything, and it's kind of sitting up high. So just tell us a little bit more about the property itself and like how the setting kind of contributes to, I guess, the experience of Eagle Eyrie.
Sure. Well, if you've never been there, I would invite you to come out. I'd love to show you around, but kind of when you drive up, there's like a hotel type building with a conference center where our offices are. We host a lot of different things there. I know there's been pastors' meetings. We've had banquets there. Different groups have come out. We just had a group from Liberty, their track and field team, came out to kind of just do a bonding and team building type thing. There's a big pool that a lot of different people use with some fun water slides on it. We're getting ready to close it because the temperatures will change pretty rapidly, so they say.
Hopefully.
And school's back in session, so there's not as much pool use now. And then if you keep driving, it's very interesting. And as I've talked to people who have driven back and forth by the property, but have never been on the property, when I meet them for different reasons on the property, they're like, oh, I never knew this was here. And as you drive back, it's almost like you're on a mountaintop neighborhood. We have what are called lodges, and which are really like brick homes that have been built. Some churches throughout Virginia own some of them, and but they're available to rent. They're kind of like bunk houses. So some of the rooms have, 4 sets of bunk beds. You can stick a lot of people in there. And then there's rooms with double beds and queen beds. Most of the lodges have a little kitchen area. So you could even come and have a little one stop. There's little meeting areas. You can have everybody a place to sleep. You can make your own meals. So we have about a little over 30 of those on the mountain. But it kind of feels like a little bit of a neighborhood. And then we also have a big dining hall where we can feed, hundreds of people at a time. So a great kitchen staff that serves great food and are great just to hang around and talk with. We've got a housekeeping crew that keeps everything nice and clean. Our grounds crew that keeps everything looking nice. But it's just really neat. And as you get to the top of the mountain, there's a beautiful overlook that you can kind of see the James River from there. And it's just a beautiful place. As you come back down the mountain on the other side, on the left, down below, there's a big rec field. So you can play soccer there. There's volleyball nets. We have bonfires down there. There's a softball field. So there's so many different ways to use it. And then there's a big auditorium hall where groups will come, and you can fit a couple hundred people in there, and they'll do worship services and conferences. I think we just had a group in there and they did a square dance.
Nice.
I was sad to miss that. If you've never been square dancing, you should really try it. It's a lot of fun because they tell you what to do.
Right. You can't mess it up.
But there's rooms for like small group meetings or business meetings and things like that. So it's a lot to take in. It's hard to describe.
Right.
But I would say if anyone's ever interested, they can reach out. I would love to show them around and see how maybe we could work together for that to benefit them, which would benefit us.
Yeah.
So,
have you found a favorite spot on the property?
Not yet. So, the plan is that we will live on campus.
Okay.
So one of those lodges, they're transforming into, instead of like a bunkhouse with 3 toilets and 3 sinks and 6 showers. Well, yeah, it's really 6 of everything. So we're kind of remodeling one of those to be our home. So we'll get to live there. So that'll probably be my favorite spot.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of great spots. The overlook is beautiful. It's a great place to sit. It's quiet. And you can just think and pray, read, whatever you'd like to do. It's a great place to get away and just renew. And then I do like to hike. So we have a couple trails. So if you cross the street, because there's a couple 100 acres that are ours, but you can go up and it's about a mile hike up to the top of the other side. And there's an overlook over there too. So that's a beautiful place to go. And just think, relax, and pray. It's beautiful.
Sounds awesome.
It is.
So it seems like there are just so many things to do, and it seems like you can accommodate groups of nearly any size. Could you walk us through maybe an example of a conference or retreat for a small group and then something for a larger group?
Sure. So I was just talking about the Liberty Track and Field team came. I think it was the guys and the gals, and it was a busy week when they were there, but I think they each got a lodge. So they kept the team separate, probably about 30 to 40 people in the lodges, and they kind of did their own activities. They had a few meals, so that was probably groups of about 30.
Okay.
So they kind of did their own thing. If they need a room to meet in, we'll provide that for them. Um, I think they wanted breakfast and dinner, but did their own lunches as they were going out and doing different things. So we can really accommodate anything. That would be like a small group. And then we're talking to a group next year that is coming that are probably expecting to be like 850 to 900. So they'll take up the whole camp. That'll stretch us in some good ways. So they'll kind of use all of the lodges. There's 2 hotel type style buildings. We'll fill those up, and they'll kind of do all kind of things. They'll just kind of take over the whole place. So we can accommodate large groups. Probably, I would say 900 is probably a comfortable capacity, maybe a little uncomfortable, but we'll squeeze you in. All the way down to small groups of sometimes there'll be groups of like 10, 20, or 30, and maybe they just want a place to sleep and do their own meals. If they want meals, we'll open up the cafeteria for them. So it really is a la carte type, whatever you can imagine doing there, we can probably make that happen.
Yeah.
So it's great.
That's awesome. So, are there opportunities for local businesses, nonprofits to get connected with you guys, utilize the property?
Absolutely. I know in the past they have hosted a lot of banquets. We just had a dairy farm come. They did like a company picnic.
Okay.
So they just came for the day. They got there at about 9 a.m, and some people started cooking on some grills. We have a pavilion, and then all the kids and the families were swimming in the pool, and then they ate lunch there, and then I think they were gone by 5. So there's all kinds of different ways to use the property, and I would say that's what it's there for, to kind of serve the community, serve local businesses. If you wanted to meet with clients or have a banquet, staff appreciation party, it's not super far away, but it would make it feel special. And we can talk about that or figure out what you might want to do if you're listening, and I'd be happy to arrange that.
Perfect. So, going back to you settling into your new role, obviously it's still very new. You're trying to
Very
get the
new.
family here, still trying to get your feet wet. But what are some of your priorities as you kind of settle into this role?
Priorities. There are probably a lot of them. It's a new role, so just kind of learning how everything happens. Starting at the busy season, I was more there, observing, learning what are the normal rhythms of the summer. How does everything work? When this happens, what happens next? Learning all those the normal routines of how the staff makes everything happen, and that's I'm still kind of learning that. And then just prioritizing. We haven't done a whole lot with them being without a director for a while. There hasn't been a whole lot of marketing or media, so trying to let people know what it is, where it is, and how we can serve the community and people from around the area or further. So just making it known, getting our voice out there, and then hopefully starting to do some of our own programs, offer different things. We could do some leadership things, some marriage conferences, father-son events. I would love to just start to do more. Would probably be a priority, and just kind of make it a lively place. I think it's older. There's a lot of things that need renovating and keeping up with, like anything does. But it's great. It's usable. It's in great shape. We just need to get it used some more.
Yeah.
Get people out there. So excited to do things like this.
Yeah.
Heard about, hey, you can come on and do a podcast. I'm like, sure. It'll be a great start to getting the word out.
Yes, exactly. Well, it sounds like you have a lot of ideas just for potential growth or evolution as you settle in.
Oh, yeah. I think there's many possibilities. So if anybody's out there and wants to talk about ideas of ways to promote or things to do, I'm happy to oblige.
Perfect. So if let's say we're this time next year, you come in to do a podcast again and you're reflecting back on your first year, what do you think will make you think that was a really successful first year?
I think, wow, what would make it a successful year? Probably just I love people. I love talking to people. I think even in this short summer, I've been able
Mm,
to meet different groups, different camp groups, different businesses, and just getting to know the community. I'm new to Virginia, so getting familiar with that. I think that would be successful. Learning how Eagle Eyrie, people come for different reasons, for different things. It's a Christian camp. So just to hear testimonies of how God changes people's lives in settings like that, I think that would be the biggest success, is that I feel like it's accomplishing its mission in sharing the gospel with different people and lives changing. And for Eagle Eyrie to be a part of that, I
mm,
think is an exciting thing. So
yeah.
just for hearing stories, I guess, would be a success of how, it's just a property, it's just a mountain. But when you create an environment that people can come and enjoy and relax and refresh and renew, I think that's exciting, because then it becomes special to people in a
Yeah.
variety of different ways. So I think that would be successful.
That's awesome. Well, is there anything that I have not asked you about that you want to make sure we have recorded here today?
I don't think so. I'm happy to be a Virginian. Finally got my Virginia license. So
Nice.
it's official. I hope to be here a long time. And if you're curious or you just want to grab some coffee, please reach out. The website eagleeyrie.org. I'm sure there'll be some kind of contact information somewhere through this, but would be happy to get together with anybody, show them the property, and they can tell me all about what they do and about Virginia and why they're here. So love to get to know people.
Perfect. Well, that sounds good. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. It's been
Thank you for having
fantastic.
me and accommodating my lateness. I was late, everybody.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's okay. Again, you're new, so we're giving you a pass. Next year, though, you can't be
That's right.
late.
That's right. I'll be here early to see all the Squatch decorations.
Yes, exactly.
You're listening to Not Just Buildings, hosted by the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce and produced by Media Squatch. There are so many great people working together to make the Bedford area a great place to live, work, and do business, and we hope that by telling their stories, our listeners are able to become more connected to our community. After all, there are so many hidden gems, services, resources, and amazing opportunities just waiting to be seized right here in the area of Bedford, Virginia. If you like this interview, I have great news for you. New episodes come out every week, and we have lots of episodes for you to catch up on in the meantime. Episodes are available on Media Squatch Plus, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, our weekly newsletter, Facebook and website, and anywhere else you can find podcasts. If you want to learn more about us at the Chamber, we encourage you to check out our website, bedfordareachamber.com, or give us a call at 540-586-9401. Thanks so much for listening, and keep an ear out for the next episode of Not Just Buildings.